Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Feminine Podcast. I will be talking about leveling up, mindset, and all this stuff today. So I want you to be appreciating your growth. It is the title of this actual podcast. So let's get started. I've already made a video on leveling up doesn't happen overnight because I think it is important to tell people that it is a whole process. It is a journey. It is a path that you have to walk on, and it's not like always straight. Maybe you will be walking a bit on the left and on the right. Maybe you will be falling on the path, and people don't even realize because I really like these women who already achieved everything because they are role models to me. It means that it is possible for me to be doing this, but I also appreciate people who are on their path to be leveling up. And I think that you should, how can I say that? I think that you should follow more of these normal people because you just realize that they are normal people and you can identify to them, like you can rely on them, not rely, relate on their path, on their journey, on their everyday life because sometimes you might be a bit sad of seeing people already leveled up, but what you don't know is that they've been to where you were and even worse sometimes. And the thing is that maybe it took them 10 or 15 years for them to be going there. You know what I mean? This is why I pay for courses, by the way. I pay for courses because I know it took like 8 years to this kind of people when it took me only 2 years. Because I had the like they put everything they knew in one place for a specific amount of money. So I just pay for the thing instead of having to waste several years of my life. So yeah, let's come back to the topic. The topic is appreciate your growth. And I think it is really important for you to be doing this. I already talked about that, but I think I needed to make a podcast only on this one. And I've made a video on 2023, how I saw this year. I really felt in the beginning of this year that I will really change my life. I was in this kind of energy where you feel that God is here, like you are in the presence of God, and He's whispering to you what you are supposed to be doing, and you are not trying to be walking like blind or in the dark. Because I'm telling you, it is a path, and sometimes you don't know where to go. You know, sometimes like the night falls and you don't know where to go and you're like, I'm walking in the dark, please help. um God, take my hand. And I felt like He was taking my hand and He was leading to where I was supposed to go. And I felt really great. I felt that I was called to have this mission. I procrastinated so much to be doing this podcast, but it came to me again and again. And I was like, and I will be doing a podcast on this one, that your desires aren't here like just to be playing or joking. Your desires are a freaking trailer. Anyway, so I really want you to be appreciating your growth. And on 2023, I was like, I want to do a recap of 2022 because this year was shitty. I had two burnout. I was in depression. I cried half the year. I was so freaking tired. I had to work 3 jobs and go to school at the same time. I've been like scammed by men. I wasn't I didn't get all I wanted from my relationships. And I was like, oh my God, I was trying to date up. And I didn't even date up. Like, I was making way more money in 2021 from men than I've made from 2022. I had a burnout. And I dated so many men. And the amount of money I got compared to what I did in 2021 was freaking ridiculous. And I was like, I started investing. I gained all the money I needed and I blew it up. I ended up bankrupt. I ended up as like the brokest I've ever been in my whole life. And I was like, 2022 was so freaking shitty. And then I realized, don't see only the negative, see the freaking positive. For fuck's sake. I'm sorry. But I'm like, see the positive. Do a recap on your Snapchat. Because I just try to, I don't really post on Snapchat, but I really like documenting everything. And I was like, oh my God, but I traveled to Italy. I traveled to Amsterdam. I traveled to the south of France. I was able to go to all these events. I've met so many people. I started networking. I started investing. I started saving. I started having a purpose. I started having a plan. I've bought 2 courses of a feminine guru I wanted to get from for years. I was able to work. I was able to make money. I was able to have several experiences. I was able to go shopping, and I'm like, I can appreciate my growth, really. I did just this recap of 2022, but if I have to do a recap of all I am and all I achieved in 2022 that I wasn't able to do in 2021 because I was so stuck and I wasn't able to be receiving fully what I needed. And I'm like, I set so many boundaries in 2022, and my life changed so much in 2022. And when I see, your memories from Snapchat 1 year ago, and I'm like, it was only 1 year ago. It felt like years. It felt like it was 5 years ago, but in only 1 year, I was able to go from what I can see now in my memories that is popping up to what I am now. What I was back then to what I am now. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so freaking grateful. And I really want you to appreciate your growth. When you only see the negative, I know I can't tell you to be 100% positive because I would be lying, because I can't do that myself. I know it is possible, but I can't do that myself for the moment. I'm working on that. But if you start having some negative thoughts, you're like, oh my God, I want you to give up. I don't know what to do. I was trying to do that, but it didn't work out. It is not a mistake. It is not a mistake. You can come back to that one and see it as a lesson. What did I learn from this one? Maybe you can't see what it is bringing to your life now, but in a few years, you will be laughing at yourself for crying for this specific reason. You know what I mean? And you can just close your eyes and be grateful. Okay, this was wrong. This was bad. I made this specific mistake and I shouldn't have done that. But what happened is that I also did that. I learned that. I've met these people in this process. I can give you a specific example if you want. I love talking about dating because it's one of my best therapy. I was like, I didn't get the money I wanted. I didn't get the shopping spree. I didn't get the driving because I wanted my driving license to be fully paid by a man. And I'm like, I didn't achieve that last year, and I'm not happy because I wrote all these goals and I wanted to walk towards them. And I'm really sad because I just end up with men who wants to be the prize, and I just stopped dating. But I'm like, yeah, but at the same time, you knew how to set your boundaries. You discovered so many stuff, so many restaurants, so many places. You discovered even some new jobs you didn't even know about. You talked with really successful men, with really wealthy men. You develop your sense of how to dress and all this stuff, because back then I was going on dates and I didn't know how to dress for the specific occasions. You know what I mean? And I got so many stuff from dating too much. Same for money. I'm like, oh my God, I wanted that much money. I had to work really hard. I ended up having a burnout. I was working too much. I couldn't rest this year. But I'm like, at the same time, yeah, I couldn't rest, but I did rest. First, I did rest because I went to several places. I think I had at least 7 trips in a year, which is already a lot to me. I started investing. I was like, I ended up bankrupt. I ended up broke. But yeah, this is what pushed you, and this is what taught you that you should be respecting your money. This is when you started investing. I started investing in stocks and in cryptocurrencies. I started knowing new people. I started networking. I started having business ideas. I learned so much stuff about businesses, about marketing, about all the stuff, And I was like, oh my God, I had a hard time. I had to do my retake exams because I didn't have that much good grades. But at the same time, I'm really proud of myself. I passed my year with having 3 jobs at the same time. I was able to do that. Maybe it wasn't what I was dreaming of, having my retake exams in the summer, but maybe I would have worked a bit earlier and I would have a burnout before having my back to school for the next year. Sometimes you don't even know why you end up in this kind of situations. And a year after, you just realize that it was what you needed. You know what I mean? So don't regret anything and appreciate your growth. Take the time, open your journal and write everything you're really proud of. Write every little move you've made. How much you changed, what is your evolution? What you'd like to change again to be proud of next year. I really want you to be appreciating your growth, and I don't want you to think that it will happen overnight and that you have to wake up today and tomorrow the law of attraction will bring you a new Ferrari, a marriage, and the $1 million mansion. You can go step by step. That's okay. It is freaking okay to go step by step and to be appreciating your growth on the go. You can be walking and be like, oh my God, I have so much to walk. I don't even know where to go. Or you can turn around and look behind and be like, oh my God, I walked all of this. I was able to be walking all of this. Is this even my evolution? I can't even believe I made all of this in 1 year. I can't even believe that even with all the stuff that happened to me, all the negative thoughts, the depression, the burnout, the anxiety, the issue with my families, the issue in my relationship, the fact that I don't have any self-esteem, or my childhood traumas, even if all of this happened, I was able to do all of this. I was able to achieve all of what I wanted. I was able to write a vision board. I was able to buy this course. I was able to pass my year. I was able to get a new job. I was able to get a promotion. I was able to start cooking. I was able to start a new project I wanted to start. I was able to be resting a lot more. I like all of this stuff you don't even appreciate. And you have to be grateful for everything. I didn't injure myself in 2022. I could have caught a disease, but I didn't. And I'm really glad about that. I'm like, I have my feet that are supporting me. I have a mouth to be speaking. I have my hands to be using my phone and to be like recording my podcast. I'm like, oh my God, am I able to do all of this stuff? I was able to pass my year. I was able to pay for this and that. I was able to set some goals. Even if I had a burnout because I was working. I'm like, back then, like in 2018, I was looking for a job so bad I couldn't get it. But now I have a job that I can complain about. You know? So I really want you to be appreciating your growth. Maybe you don't even think what it is, like what you can be proud of. But when you look back, I'm sure you will be thinking about something you can be proud of. How much you changed since you started your level up journey. So yeah, I never know how to do my outro. I just speak as it comes and then I don't have anything to say anymore. And I'm like, okay, thank you so much. You know what I mean? So yeah, I will just be cutting this video like this. So thank you so much for listening to this one. Don't hesitate to comment stuff you are proud of and you have you feel a lot of gratitude for. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video to someone who needs it. And please subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me. And it doesn't cost anything. So thank you so much for listening to this video and see you in the next one. Bye.